From the Spessart in northern Bavaria to Rupertiwinkel in the south, at the crossroads of the old salt route from Reichenhall and the Roman road from Salzburg lies Teisendorf. For centuries, the small town has been an important trading and craft centre. By way of exception, Max Glaser is clambering onto his own roof. Normally, he builds and repairs his customers' roofs. Max is a master tinsmith in a family firm that dates back to 1742. This isn't exactly classic tinsmith's work.
Ja, eigentlich nicht.
No, it's not. But in the past, tinsmiths were mainly involved in making sheet metal roofing. So they used to paint the roofs as well. The metal was galvanized, and in time, it rusted. But we've also got roofs that are nearly 100 years old. Lots of old sheet metal roofs can still be seen down by the market.
Did he make most of the roofs in the old town?
Most of them, although in some cases it might have been my father or my grandfather.
And the church tower?
I did that too. That was exact planning. As soon as I'd finished, I got married.
The roof was finished on time, and the Glasers have been married now for nearly 40 years. The tinsmith's workshop is located in the rear part of the building. There has always been a hardware store attached to it. In the past, some of the tinware, from milking pails to milk churns, were manufactured by the family itself.
The foundations date back to the 14th and 15th centuries.
And what has changed?
The whole shop front. In 1970, my mother and I renovated the shop and redesigned the entire facade. Sadly, this arch had to go. We had the division planned and went to the authorities with it. We'd then have had a plain facade. But I decided that I would only have the business area done like that. I made sure that the upper facade was preserved. We renovated whatever could be renovated and restored the original appearance. You see, it was part of the building, and I would have missed it. Back then, I was still young and inexperienced with regard to the protection of historic buildings. But today, I'm glad I took the step. It's a lovely building, one that still impresses me, even today.
The Glasers can look back with pride on a family and craftsman's tradition stretching back nearly 300 years. Today, a member of the 9th generation is at work here. Venerable equipment is still in use, like an old plate shear for cutting and a 100-year-old edging machine for bending tin. Other tools too, dating back 2 and 3 generations, are still in use. In some cases, they're still arranged just like they were in the old days. From guttering to roof cladding, from lightning conductors to weathercocks, in Teisendorf and the surrounding area, the Glasers still carry out a lot of work on churches, town halls and private buildings. Their skills are particularly in demand for renovating protected buildings. Max Glaser Jr. first trained as a special needs carer. It was only after a few years that, to his father's delight, Max decided to become a master tinsmith. He has his own special plans. Does he feel some kind of obligation to keep the workshop going in the 9th generation?
In a certain way, yes. I've already spent 6 years working in another profession, but now I'm glad to have come home.
What does he like about the trade?
Perhaps it's in my blood, but I enjoy working with sheet metal. You can be so creative with it. Whenever possible, I like to make fancy things. At my previous workplace, I came up with this crazy idea for a chapel tract. The feeling when you climb down from the roof and look up is just sublime.
Why set up a new workshop on an industrial estate?
Business is fine. We've got plenty of work coming in, but we need bigger machines. Technology is always progressing. We could also take on several staff, and that would mean having more vehicles. If I'm to stay competitive, I've just got to have another mainstay.
Can't a modern trade survive in a protected building?
Hard to say. In the long run, probably not. Maybe if I were to continue to work on my own and then specialize in bricolage. But we run a structural tinsmith's workshop here. And if I don't have the machinery and space to work in, well...
So what will happen to the workshop?
We'll keep it the way it is. When I move out, the machines will stay here. Some are nearly 100 years old and still in full working order. I used to play here as a boy and try out the machines to see what could be done on them. And it makes you proud to work on something like that. When other tinsmiths come here, they're astonished. They want to see how you can bead on one of these machines and do things that wouldn't be possible on a high-tech machine.
Gar nicht so machen kann.